Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and the last run we did with Frost Fan, oof, that was fun. I hope the next one will be fun too. The next one will be done with the jazz soundtrack. It's a nice way to relax after one. So last night I had to, well, the closest we ever come to close in our department. Had to do that. And then I had to be up and ready for work early this morning, so essentially a clopen. And for those of you who are unaware, that means you close one night and you open again the next. It's not fun. But, okay, so what do we got left for water? We've got Frost Scimitar, we've got Aqua Breaker, and we've got Aqua Beam. I think just because two of those are... Oh, and we also have the Crystalline Balestra that I somehow managed to miss. Alright, so we've got two that kind of function on a similar idea. So we're going to start with one of those right now and do Aqua Breaker, which is a big boy charge spell. Which, if we go without the Merchant's Cart and without a damage boosting... Yeah, robe. I don't know how I managed to let that word slip my mind. I think he's losing it. But yeah, if we go without anything that boosts damage and just see what our damage per hit is with this, 10. So we've got good power run potential since this thing does so many hits. So if we've got ourselves a pretty decent control method, plus this, then just, you know, we've got potential for a pretty strong power run here. But is that what I'm going to go? Of course, it's what I'm going to go with. We are going to be the ultimate water mage, sorcerer of the abyss. Of course, I say that, but then I might not even run water here. Let's have a look here. So, we have potential for quite a few things to keep enemies staggered. Like, we could do twin turbines, of course. I don't really want to, but I could. Spark Array is really good for holding enemies back and giving us time to charge. Lace Lightning is awful, but it is an option. Same with Grasping Earth. It's an option, it's just not a good one. So Embracing Vines, that's a very interesting option. Like, is that what I want to... I think I'm going to refrain from that because there are some options where that would be really strong. But with Aqua Breaker, what's going to happen is the enemies are going to get caught up in the vines, but then Aqua Breaker won't move past them because they can no longer be knocked back. So, yeah. But it's a good idea for other spells. Like, if you want the spell to stop at an enemy, or, like, let's say you're using Raging Inferno. Where are you, Raging Inferno? There you are. The spell is going to stop at those... I am so stupid. I'm trying to show you guys something, and my brain is like, alright, now do that. Now embarrass yourself. It's like, I don't need your help to embarrass myself, brain. I do that just fine on my own. As you can see, Raging Inferno will stop at the first target it hits anyway. The whole point of Aqua Breaker is that it's good for damage and it's good for knocking enemies away from you. So you don't want to use Embracing Vines as your control method. And whereas I like Gale Force alignment, it's... I don't know. I pretty much am just going to stop there, because, yeah, I just like Gale Force alignment. Box Stunner. That's a pretty good control method. And it'll work on just about anything, because it works on the principle of hitting enemies with hit stun instead of a status effect, so, yeah. I think that's looking pretty... Matter of fact, I think we've pretty much just got our build here. We've got a nice wind and water thing going on here. But is wind and water what we want? No, because if we're going to be a mage of the abyss, we need some sort of lightning. Why? I don't know, ask Poseidon. He apparently has the ability to use lightning. I don't know why. He's the god of the sea, but for some reason his trident allows him to use lightning. I don't know, a gift from his brother Zeus, or maybe, just maybe, everyone's fucking with us. Alright, so let's go ahead and put on our crown. There we go, 13 per hit. That's looking pretty solid. But make no mistake, even though I am really playing up this whole, sorcerer of the deep sea abyss, this is still supposed to be focused on Aqua Breaker. And I will be focusing on Aqua Breaker as much as I can, because it is a really solid signature spell. Is it more solid than Frost Fan? I think I have to admit that Frost Fan is really strong. Like, strong enough that I think it even rivals Twin Turbines in terms of damage output and control. At least in some scenarios. But Frost Fan, of course, has the notable advantage of being a signature spell, and therefore having that powerful signature cast. Just something to think about if you're actually having this internal debate like I am. Okay, come on, Nox. We don't want to go to the 10-15 minute mark without the retro floor plan. Come on. Well, C99 would be great for like a speed run, but we're not necessarily doing a speed run. Also, if I were doing a speed run, I would be taking Pathfinder's map. And I would also be using Chaotic Rift, so really a lot of different things would be going into this if I were trying to speed run the game. Also, last speed run that I watched of this game, first of all, it was a while ago. But second of all, they didn't use the Rules of Contingency, so is that something... Like, is Rules of Contingency its own speedrun category, or is that just how speedrunners do it nowadays? I'm not even sure what the speedrunning community of Wizard of Legend looks like. So, I don't know, if someone has an answer to that question, let me know, because I'd definitely be interested in seeing what the speedrunning community of this game looks like. Would I be interested in being a part of it? Not 100% sure yet, but the idea has crossed my mind. Alright, come on, Nox, you're starting to make me upset now. I just got off work, I want to relax, have some fun, and throw some magic around, and I can't... I mean, I can throw magic around, but it won't have any effect. I'd like to throw magic around when it's actually going to affect something. Sir? Of course, I made reference to the idea that we don't want to go to, like, the 10 or 15 minute mark, so now Nox is going to be like, haha, we're going to take you to the 20 minute mark. How about that, player? Bet you didn't see that coming. Jesus. This is what happens when you tempt fate. Sometimes fate goes, oh, really? I wish there was another way to reset the relics that he's carrying. Like, seriously, this is getting ridiculous. Alright, try not to get upset. Don't let him see you get upset. Because that's just going to fuel... That's going to fuel him. He will take your despair as a sign, and he will use it as fuel. Okay, a few more attempts here, and if we don't get it pretty soon, I'm just going to take a different one. Which is going to significantly alter the way that we play, because we won't have as much money. But at this point, I'm just getting upset. Right now, the birds are sitting here watching me going, what are you doing? It's the same couple of rooms. This isn't how you play Wizard of Legend. I know! Don't tell Nox that, he'll just get upset with you. How in the world do we not have the retro floor plan by now? Like, this is ridiculous. Oh, there it is. Criminy. Okay, next time that happens and I spend that long searching for it, I might just edit it out. Like, holy crap. Alright, let's start with the twins. And I know I probably should be starting with Atlas, because, of course, there he is in spot number 3, just mocking me. I just thought about that afterwards. It's like, wait, my signature is a projectile. Is that going to create a problem? Well, it might now. On the other hand, this would be the first time in a while where... This would be the first time in a while where we didn't have Zeal as the level 3 boss, so... And there's the signature cast. So yeah, Aqua Breaker is one of those spells where if you... Where part of what makes the spell interesting is that it doesn't stop for normal enemies on a regular on a regular basis. It has to be like it'll stop against enemies that I'm not sure if I want Thundering Chain or not. I'll have to think about it. But yeah, it will only stop if it's an enemy that can't be knocked back. Oh, that was terrible. Okay, well, we definitely have one thing that we want here. Okay, I thought I had time to dodge out of the way. I was mistaken. So with Aqua Breaker, what you have is just a big ol' roaming ball of destruction. And as you see, sometimes even the signature cast won't even stop at an enemy that can't be knocked back. It'll just keep going. But I'm pretty sure it does stop at enemies that can't be knocked back, and that was just the rare situation of the last hit is the one that killed it. Or rather, the first hit is the one that was the last hit. And the last hit... You know what? I can't talk today, so just pretend like what I said was some form of English. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's first double check here. Elf ears are nice, but not necessary. I think what I will do is I will grab them as a means by which to keep me moving in a positive direction, whilst I search for something like the adorable mimic. Okay, you're all... Stop already! Jeez, this room is gonna kill me. Alright, that was easily the most annoying room I've had in a while. I'll just go ahead and wear the Napoleon hat for a while. And when I say most annoying room, I mean most annoying boss room. I normally don't have it that badly, but... So as you can see, because of how frequently Aqua Breaker does damage, I don't think it's necessarily every single frame that it's overlapping an enemy, but it's pretty close. But because of that, even though, and I know this doesn't make sense to say only, but even though it's only doing at base 10 damage per hit, that adds up quickly when you're scoring so many hits so quickly. Then the idea that it pushes enemies away, at least basic enemies. Like, it gives you both good damage and room to breathe. As we all know, that's what every good discerning mage needs, is time to think. And we also have a run that's generating signature pretty quickly. Like, thanks to Thundering Chain, we're getting lots of signature really quickly. Oh, and hey, wouldn't you know it, there's nothing here I actually want. Don't get me wrong, I like Explosive Charge, but this isn't the right build for it, not if you ask me. Though I could be convinced to change my mind on that if the relics that were being offered are kind of trashy. Oh, we've got Taffy over here. Let's go ahead and say hello and get ourselves some free money and a spell. Ooh, I do like Stalwart Defenders. This is another way to score some easy damage with your charge Arcana, is give them something else to look at. And Stalwart Defenders fits the bill quite nicely. Okay, so here's what I like here. We're going to take the top hat in case we find the wand. We're going to take this in case we find the Hunter Stiletto. And we're going to take this because defense. Thank you, Chest Knights. Oh, hey, and a free upgrade. I'll take it. Of course, it's, you know, one less floor to try to get either the Magician's outfit or... What was the other one I picked up? Oh yeah, Hunter Stiletto I don't need Nox for. You hear that, Nox? I don't need you! You're a luxury. Yeah, sorry guys. But I've said it before, I'll say it again. Easiest boss in the game. So you can see our setup here. It's just put something out there to give the enemies something else to look at, or just to stagger them, and then hit them with the Aqua Breaker. Like I said, Aqua Breaker, because of how it works, functions really well for either power or critical hit. But also because of how other things in this game work, critical hit is typically better reserved for melee builds. But that doesn't mean that you have to do a melee build with critical. And this would still work out pretty nicely for it. Just start with the analytical monocle and you're pretty much set to go. Well, you're also going to want to start with the Awe Robe, but I mean, that part seemed pretty obvious. I like Binary Splashdown, but this isn't the build for it. Oh, I'm awful. My ability to aim, it's been compromised. Thank you, sir. So those of you who like to use Aqua Breaker, do you tend to pair it with anything else to try to keep enemies stunned, or do you just throw it out there? Neither way is necessarily wrong, but I am the sort of person that prefers a nice little guarantee. If I can make a powerful Arcana like this even more powerful and reliable, I will definitely do it. Hey, she doesn't want to upgrade my dash or my mock stunner. Like, seriously, just plain rude. Have I not found... No, I haven't found Anders yet. Oh, we've got two things here we want. Take the paintbrush, take the easel. Alright, that's looking solid, baby. So as you can see, we've got ourselves a nice, strong run. And now signature cast, our Aqua Breaker is doing 20 damage per hit. And with it scoring so many hits, ooh, like it just feels good. Yeah, if I'm looking for a nice, powerful way to cap off a ranged build, this is definitely one of the ways I tend to go about doing it. And of course, you can do it with twin turbines as well, but... So I should clarify, I in no way dislike twin turbines. It's just one of those spells that's so clearly like one of the best options in the game that I tend to kind of take the piss out of it a little bit, but make no mistake, it is a good spell, like almost too good of a spell. The big reason why I don't use it is the same reason why I don't use Chaotic Rift off. It just makes the way I play a little too easy. And I'm aware that that sounds like really like... It just sounds like I'm bragging. It's like, oh, I'm so good at this game, I don't need top tier options. No, not what I'm getting at. Let's see if he gives us anything really good to fight Atlas with. Not really. Options here are a little eh. I'll take that, but it's not really what I want. Oh, I wasn't even thinking. Oh, and on that point, I should say that with Aqua Breaker, you can hold the signature spell, but it doesn't charge it up at all. It just gives you more time to aim. Which, that's not necessarily a bad thing, especially if you're aiming on mouse and keyboard, but if you're aiming on mouse and keyboard, more than likely you've already got your target. You just need to let it rip. What do we have here? Okay, well, we're gonna grab this just because. We're gonna grab this just because who doesn't like a rainbow? And you know, forget the political implications that have been attached to the rainbow as of modern day. Don't you? Sometimes it's just nice to see colors. That's really all there is to it. And sometimes it's just nice to see colors. That's what you call a quick fight. And face Chest Knights. Okay, never mind, they all missed. Oh, hey. Oh, somehow I only got hit once. I'm not going to pretend like I understand that. No thanks to the tornado. I think I'll be okay with what I have. I just need to be careful of the Earth Knights. And, frankly, the Earth Archers are no fun either. Matter of fact, most of the enemies on this floor suck. They have the ability. They either have the ability to poison, or they have the ability to limit your movement, or in some instances, they have the ability to do both. Also, if you're annoyed with the idea of spells that home in on you, I mean, honestly, the twins have the worst mooks for that, but they're not friendly here either. They got lots of homing spells. Really? Again? Oh, and it's actually differentiated. I'm so confused. Oh, she's finally upgrading my dash. That's nice. Could have done that earlier. I do like me some spice rack. Do I have room for it? I mean, if I drop something else, yes, I have room for it. Here, tell you what, we'll drop the Elven Ears. If I'm right, yes, it's Dr. Song. You know what? Maybe I'll just drop the top hat. There's a pretty good chance we are not seeing. Alright, there. There's a pretty good chance we're not seeing that wand this run, so... And I'll probably know next floor if it was a mistake, but right now there's not much I can really do about it, nor do I want to hang on to something just, you know, as a maybe. And there you go, there's all of the different vines and whatnot that they're throwing out to try to keep me from moving. Like, on one hand, it's nice to be able to hit them at range so that they can't like, reflect your shots back at you. On the other hand, half the point of them is reflecting their shots back at you, so it's dangerous to even do that. Reason why I dislike them so much. How many... I think what I get rid of is the Elven Ears, actually, and we take that. 6% damage and additional 6% critical hit chance. Not bad. Now, the last thing I want to do is grab this. And we'll temporarily drop the book. And we'll go donate to Dr. Song. Prescription bottle. Oh, I mean, that's not necessary. Oh, we'll put this down over here, just in case someone needs it. Thank you, Fiery Paintbrush. I've got plenty of defensive relics already. Okay, I think... Well, first of all, give me my Ice Spear back, just in case I feel like using it. I think we're good, so we just go. Though I don't know why I'm holding on to the Ice Spear, it's just because it was there, I guess. There are things here that I definitely like, but don't really need for this build, so... all that good for now. Uh-oh. Thank you, Chess Knights. Ugh, so dangerous. Oh, for one, we take that. And for two, we adopt Vesa. Oh wait, hold on. No, we can... Ugh, I think we have to drop this. There we go. Yes, there you go. See, Cecil says it's the right idea. And who am I to argue with a bird? Fortunately, we're nice and strong, so we don't have to worry too much about the... Okay, I guess the Earth Mages are still a problem. Stop throwing rocks at people. What kind of a caveman do you think you are? Like, seriously, you spend years of your life practicing and studying, learning how to bend the elements to your will. You learn how to manipulate the elements, create Arcana out of nothing but your mind and force of will. You spend the necessary time to research. You dedicate your life to the practice of magic, and in the long run, you get Unga Bunga tactics. It's just sad, isn't it? Oh wow, we're not even getting that many cursed relics this run. Damn. Okay, well, I tried. Do I have anything I want to sell you right now? Oh, I think I'm good. Honestly, we probably don't need the journal anymore. Which, yes, the temptation to be colorful is a strong temptation indeed. It is one that I cannot resist. Alright, so we're pretty much set now. As you can see, Aqua Breaker has been doing me quite a bit of good. Yeah, I could have charged that up a little bit, but my brain just said, no, go! Oh, he broke out of his paralysis quickly. Well, I didn't expect that. Can't tell you what it is about Stalwart Defenders that I like so much. Like, it is not a spell that falls under the parameters of signature or basic, or it's just a standard Arcana, but I'm very tempted to make a spotlight episode about Stalwart Defenders. Like, it's one of those spells where I see it come up and I never say no. It might just be a personal bias thing, but I really like that spell. And I've already explained in a previous video that part of that bias is the first time I saw the Chess Knight enemy in Secret of Mana. Which reminds me, I hope Square Enix doesn't screw up Visions of Mana. Like, that's a game I'm actually looking forward to, and if it gets messed up for some stupid reason, I'm gonna be so upset. At the same time, I have confidence that they'll do a good job because the remake of Trials of Mana turned out to be really good. It gave me a chance to finally play something that some of my best friends in high school had played and said was really good. And yeah, they're right. It's a good game with strong DNA and healthy bones. Yo, Dark Sage, what does this have to do with Aqua Breaker? That has to do with Aqua Breaker. So Aqua Breaker has to do with Aqua Breaker? I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? And victory by Mock Stunner. Oh, baby. That felt good. That was a really solid run. Like, I'm quite happy with that one. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this run. Aqua Breaker. It's good, solid missile weapon fun, but the reason why I think it's good to have something to keep enemies staggered is because it takes a bit to charge up the full cast when it's not a signature cast. So that's why something like, you know, Mock Stunner, Spark Array or something, that's why I think those are good spells to use in conjunction with Aqua Breaker. And of course with Raging Inferno, which is one that I played around with earlier. But you guys let me know what you like to run your Aqua Breaker with, and I hope you had fun with this episode. See, the birds know what's up. They're trying to say hello and goodbye. Aren't they just beautiful? They're just beautiful. I love them. But, alright, thank you guys very much for coming and spending some of your free time here with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and you take care, everybody.